parakeet down in the mines with them, and when the parakeet died, they would go back up because there wasn't enough air to support the little bird's lungs. It definitely ain't gonna have enough air to support the big man's lung. And whenever you'd bring up one of these little cages with the little birdies in it, it would always be hanging upside down by its feet because it had the dead man's hand. If you don't know what the dead man's hands are, it's like a death grip. So essentially, the little birdie's doing its best to hold on while it's trying to breathe, that its muscles clench there so hard that even when it passes on, it's able to hang upside down like a bat. I don't know what the hell is going on, but be fucking for real. Right now, be fucking for real. I don't trust a goddamn thing.
And yet another company is coming for our kids. Last night I went on to Carter's to get a bunch of t-shirts for my 3-year-old. And as a 3-year-old, he does not typically purchase and pick out his own clothes. No, mommy does that. Mommy picks out like the dinosaurs, the trucks, all the stuff that he likes. I'm scrolling down and I see things like Howard University, and I'm like, I can't see a 3-year-old going to, Howard University at that age, but that's fine. I mean, that's not bad. It's just strange why that's the only college that's on there. And then next it says something like, I love my dads, and that's fine. Some people have 2 dads, and that's okay. Still looking for more, just regular stuff for my kid to wear. And then I see things like Happy Pride, for like Pride Month, because a 3-year-old needs to be wearing something that supports sexual relationships between adults. And for anybody who's about to say it's not about sex, oh no, have you seen the parades? Because I have. I've seen it. I live in New York City. I've seen the parades. And that's fine. That's what adults do. Adults like what they like. And that's fine. Nobody's saying that you can't do that. What we're saying is, don't put it on our kids. And then what really set me flying was a shirt that said, Latinx and proud. Excuse me, what? Latinx and proud? A 3-year-old boy? You know that this section goes from 12 months to 5T. So basically a 1-year-old, 5-year-old can wear something that basically says that they're non-binary and also a Latino, but they don't know if they're a boy or a girl because they're Latinx and proud. Are you fucking kidding me? Mama comes from the Bronx, and I grew up with lots of Latinos and Latinas. And let me tell you, none of them would be proud to see a shirt like that. I mean, I'm livid. And then it got even worse. Carter's actually puts out a message, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, about celebrating Pride Month and how it should be a family fun event. But you know what their family fun event says? Go to a pride parade. You want to see? Google it, what those pride parades do. You think that's appropriate for little children? Then last but not least, attend a drag queen story hour. Are you fucking nuts? Why? Why does a toddler need to attend a drag queen story hour? Don't worry about people teaching inclusiveness in their home. What we're not teaching our toddlers is about sex and sexual relationships. That's just insane.
Part 7 of the rapid fire list of weird and scary shit I've seen on TikTok in the past couple of days that have happened pretty much over the past couple of months. So let's get right into it. Mississippi River is drying up, which might even be good at this point with all the shit that is flowing into it from the Ohio River. Doomsday Glacier in Antarctica melting at a fast rate, like way faster than it's supposed to be, about to break off and raise sea level, so we should all learn how to swim. Uncontrollable fires in the Netherlands, weird random sirens going off in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That was like 5 minutes of sirens, really fucking weird. A natural gas explosion in Ottawa, Canada. That's good for the environment, I'm sure. A methadone shortage, which is used to treat opioid disorders, as if the opioid crisis wasn't already bad enough. A truck driver delivering to underground tunnel bunkers told his story about that. Like, why are there underground tunnel bunkers? What are they using them for? Sinkhole in San Mateo, California. Sinkholes are my literal worst fear. A bunch of dead birds in a parking lot in Lexington, Kentucky. Like, just dead birds all over the place. A school in Las Vegas, like 130 kids throwing up at the same time. A 4th dead beach whale in Oregon. And then also another thing about birds, like we've had a lot of weird shit happening about birds. birds hanging upside down with their beaks open, just sitting there like, you see. No, I'm good. Thank you. Have a good day, birds.
There was a story back in the 1800s about a group of cowboys that shot down a pterodactyl.
Timeline don't even.
Pterodactyl lived like 40 million years ago.
That's what I'm saying. They said in the 1800s in Arizona, a group of cowboys were just riding around the desert, and they heard like a screech, and that just swooped down, and they started chasing after it, but turned around and picked up one of the dudes. They shot down. They said that was 92 feet long, and the head was like 8 feet long. They took a picture of it, and it was in the newspaper supposedly, but people think it's like a hoax. But there's an actual picture.
Let me see it.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
Yo. Nah, this looks
that
crazy,
look real,
cuz.
right? That
Oh my god.
that's what I'm saying. That looks real. Even the people that still live around that area, Arizona, I think it's called like Tombstone, Arizona. They think it lives in the desert, and people claim they see it still. Like low key, some dinosaurs might have like survived the.
Alligators is dinosaurs.
They are. That's what I'm saying.
Been around since the dinosaurs.
So if alligators survived during the dinosaurs, maybe another dinosaur survived.
Have y'all noticed that the rulers of this matrix eliminate anything that they can't control? And TikTok, I know the rulers of this government is trying to control the media, so I'ma just say this is fake for educational purposes and scripted. If they can't control it or they can't get their hands on it, they terminate you. Extraterrestrials, aliens, if you're watching this, please help. For example, let's talk about these police and CIA agents who have been on their deathbed confessing about people they have killed and covered up their deaths. Pretty sure we all know who Dr. Sebi is, but if you don't, he was the man who was known to cure arthritis, sickle cell, HIV, diabetes, and you name it. He got arrested, went to jail, and died from pneumonia. A herbalist. For example, Bob Marley. Don't you forget about Martin Luther King. Found guilty of assassination. Let's talk about Malcolm X.
The FBI and New York police departments are facing new calls to finally open their records related to the assassination of Malcolm X. This comes after the release of a deathbed confession of a former undercover New York police officer who admitted to being part of a broad New York police and FBI conspiracy targeting Malcolm.
Or what about the doctors who have found cancer-causing situations or even cure for cancer? Found with gunshot wounds in their chest, suicide by shooting themselves in the back of the head, or just dying of natural causes. Or we could talk about the people who have figured out how to turn gas into water.
Stanley Allen Meyer was the inventor of the water fuel cell automobile, a buggy powered by water. Stanley stated that oil industry representatives had repeatedly threatened him and even offered millions of dollars to destroy all traces of his work.
And he ends up meeting with some investors, drinks something, runs outside and says they poisoned me. Then all of his work and his cars disappeared and nobody can find them now. Let's talk about Aaron Salters, who was in the Buffalo shooting, who had got killed.
Check this out. Aaron Salter Jr. wore many hats in his life. Retired police officer, substitute teacher. But one of his true passions was science. He built a lab in his garage where he spent countless hours working to develop an engine that could run on water.
Now, isn't it ironic that Porsche is replacing gasoline with air and water, releasing in 2022? Like I said, releasing things and dropping things when they have control over it. Don't let me get started about these dispensaries. I'm gonna have to make this another video. Y'all stay dangerous.
Refrigerators used to be a lot cooler, and let me show you why.
Let's start with the most ingenious door in any refrigerator. It has special places for bottles, spreadable butter, cheeses, even leftovers, and a big picture window hydrator for fruits and vegetables. It tilts down to show you your supply at a glance, and it also lifts out, so you can take it over to the sink when there's a fresh supply to be washed and put away. But that's just the doors. Think of all you can store in here on these big firm shelves that roll all the way out to you, so you can get at the food and back without moving anything in front. And how about your frozen things?